ਅਸਲੀਅਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਇਆ, ਕੀ ਵਾਪਰਿਆ, ਕੀ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਪਿਆ, ਸਾਰਾ ਸੰਘਰਸ਼ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾਲਤਾ ਕਰਨੀ। ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੋਂ ਅਗਲਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਅਨਾਉਂਸ ਹੋਊਗਾ। ਮੇਰੇ ਸਤਿਕਾਰਯੋਗ ਵੀਰ ਸੋ ਗੁਰਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਆਪ ਦੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨੇ ਨੇ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪ ਨੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਸਾਸਨ ਦੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਆਪ ਦੀ ਸਮੂਹ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਦਾ, ਸਮੂਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਵੀਰਾਂ ਦਾ, ਮੰਨਤ ਦਾ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹੈ। ਆਪ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਸਮਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ ਹੈ। ਮੇਰੇ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਸਨ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ ਹਨ। ਸੋ ਬੜੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੁਲਾਈਏ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਸੋ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਇਹ ਸੀ ਭਾਈ ਸੁਖਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਬਾ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਜੋ ਪਾਇਆ ਹੈ। ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਾ ਗੁਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਕਥਾ ਵੀ ਹੈ, ਕਮੇਡੀਅਨ ਵੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਨ, ਬਹੁਤ ਗੁਣ ਹਨ। ਸੋ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੋ ਇੰਨੀ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਭਰੀ। ਸੋ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਇੰਨੀ ਆਪ ਦੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹਨ ਵੀ ਦਿਲ ਬੜਾ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਜੰਪਲ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਇੰਨੀ ਧੂਮਧਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਵੀ ਜੋ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਜੰਪਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਵੀ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸਮਾਂ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ, ਵੀ ਜੋ ਸਾਡਾ ਵੀ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਹੋਣ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਸਮਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਮੁਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਸੁਣਦੀਆਂ ਪਈਆਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਸੰਗਤ ਆਉਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਾ ਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਆ। ਐਂਡ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਨੂੰ ਮੰਡੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ 5 ਤੋਂ 8 ਵਜੇ, ਮੰਗਲਵਾਰ 6 ਤੋਂ 8 ਜੋ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਗੁਰਤੇਜਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਜੋ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਸੰਤ ਬਾਬਾ ਜਰਨੈਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਭੰਡਰਾ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ, ਜੋ ਐਕਸੀਬਿਸ਼ਨੋਂ ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਚੀਚਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਹਨ। ਕਿ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕੋਲ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਇਓ, ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਿਓ। ਸੋ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਚ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੰਦ ਕੱਟੇ। ਗੁਰਦੇਵ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੇਗੂ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਤੱਤੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਡੁਬੋ ਕੇ ਮਾਰਿਆ, ਪ੍ਰੈਸਾਂ ਢੱਡਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਾਈਆਂ, ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਕੱਤੀਆਂ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਢਾਈਆਂ। ਸੋ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਸਮਾਂ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਰਧਾਂਜਲੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਫਿਰ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਭਵਿੱਖ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਸਹਿਤ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੋਣ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਨਾ, ਪੂਰੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਸਮੇਤ, ਮਿੱਤਰ ਸਮੇਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆ ਕੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਿਓ। ਸੋ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹਨ ਵੀ ਆਪ ਦੀ ਸਟੇਜ 'ਤੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਕਿਰਪਾਲਤਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇ। ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ
ਸਾਰੀ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ।
ਹੁਣ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੁਲਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਲੜੀਵਾਰ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਕਥਾ ਹਨ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਜੋ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਚਾਨਣਾ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਪਾਓਗੇ ਜੀ। ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸਚ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸਚ। ਤਿਲਕ ਜਿਨੁ ਰਾਖਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤਾਕਾ ਕੀਨੋ ਬੜੋ ਕਲੂ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਕਾ। ਸਾਧਨ ਹੈ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਿਨ ਕਰੀ ਸੀਸ ਦਿਆ ਪਰ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਉਚਰੀ। साका जिन किया, शीस दिया पर सिर न दिया, नाटक चेटक किए गुगाजा, रब लोगन कह आव तलाजा। चौपाई ठीकर पोर दरीस सिर, रब पर किया बयान, तेग बहादुर सी करया, कही न किन्हू आन। तेग बहादुर के जगत, भयो जगत को सोग, है सब जग भयो, जय 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 सलोक। कहा बुद्ध प्रभ तुच्छ हमारी, बर न सकै महिमा जो तिहारी। हम न सकत कर सिफत तुम्हारी, आप ले हो तुम कथा सुधारी। मुख उचरै शास्त्र खट, पिंग किरण चढ़ जाए। अंध लखै बदरो सुनै, जो काल कृपा कराए। डंडौत बंदन अनक बार, सर्व कला समरथ। डोलन दे राखो प्रभु, नानक दे कर हाथ। बाणी गुरु गुरु है बाणी, विच बाणी अमृत सारे। गुरबाणी कह सेवक जन मानै, परतख गुरु निस्तारे। गुरबाणी कह सेवक जन मानै, परतख गुरु निस्तारे।
ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਸੋਰਠ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਨਵਾ। ਮਾਈ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੋ ਬਸ ਨਾਹੇ, ਨਿਸਬਾਸਰ ਬਿਖਿਨ ਕੋ ਧਾਵਤ, ਇਹ ਬਿਦ ਰੋਕੋ ਤਾਰੇ। ਮਾਈ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੋ ਬਸ ਨਾਹੇ, ਨਿਸਬਾਸੁਰ ਬਿਖਿਨ ਕੋ ਧਾਵਤ, ਕਿਹ ਬਿਦਰਾ ਰੋਕੋ ਤਾਰੇ। ਰਹਾਉ ਵੇਦ ਪੁਰਾਣ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਕੇ ਮਤ ਸੁਣ, ਨਿਮਕ ਨਹੀਏ ਦਸਾਵੈ। ਭਰ ਧਨ ਪਰਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਓ ਰਚਿਓ, ਬਿਰਥਾ ਜਨਮ ਸਰਾਵੈ। ਮਤ ਮਾਇਆ ਕੇ ਭਇਓ ਪਾਵਰੋ, ਸੂਝਤ ਨਹਿ ਕਛ ਗਿਆਨਾ। ਘਾਟੀ ਭੀਤਰ ਬਸ ਨਿਰੰਜਨ, ਤਾਕੋ ਮਰਮ ਨ ਜਾਣਾ। ਜਾਹੀ ਸਰਣ ਸਾਧ ਕੀ ਆਇਓ, ਦੁਰਮਤ ਸਗਲ ਵਿਨਾਸੀ। ਤਬ ਨਾਨਕ ਚੇਤਿਓ ਚਿੰਤਾਮਨ, ਘਾਟੀ ਜਾਂਕੀ ਪਾਸੀ। ਮਾਈ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੋ ਬਸ ਨਾਹੇ, ਜਿਸ ਬਾਸੁਰ ਬਿਖਿਨ ਕੋ ਧਾਵਤ, ਕਿਹ ਬਿਦ ਰੋਕੋ ਤਾਹੇ।
ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਨਿਵਾਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ। Sitting in the company of ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ the King of Kings, ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ is the Lord ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਹਿਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਫਤਿਹ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਧੂ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਵਾਜ ਭਗਤ ਵਛਲ ਬਿਰਤ ਕੀ ਲਾਜ, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj has afforded these very special moments to be spending time sitting in the sadhs and making our Jeevan Safal. Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji, Sache Paatshah Maharaj, Panjve Paatshah Ji, did Qurbani for the sake of Sikhs. Guru Tegh Bahadur Sache Paatshah Maharaj Ji did Qurbani for the sake of another's faith. Two different reasons why Guru Sahib did Shahidiyan. And Guru Arjan Dev Sache Paatshah Maharaj Ji endured 5 days of torture. They were made to be starved of food. They were not given any food or drink. They had their beloved Gursikhs imprisoned in front of them. They were imprisoned by the very conniving Chandu, the reason for the arrest also matched the Mughal emperor at that time, Jahangir. It matched their political ambitions. When we talk about political agendas or political strategy, we call that strategy niti. There's three types of strategy or political strategy. एक होती है कुटल नीति. Kutal niti doesn't get recorded anywhere. It's not written down anywhere. Because it's very much the practice of irkha, jealousy, fraudulent thinking, corrupt thinking, thinking that's attached to Kaljug's worst vices. In the past, when you watch things like Ramayana, or you hear about the Battle of Mahabharata, you will always come across individuals who double-crossed Avdari Bush, who went against Avdari Bush. In the time of Mahabharata, there was a very famous person who used Kutalniti to turn the Pandavas into evil people in the eyes of Duryodhana and the Kauravas. His name was Shakuni. His niti is known as Shakuni Niti. It's not written down anywhere. It's not prevalent in any texts. It's very much oral tradition that's passed through individuals who want to follow the dark practices as such. Kutal Niti only serves the interest of those people who want to maintain rule. There's no sacrifice involved in it, and it doesn't benefit the subjects in any way, shape, or form. It only serves the interest of the individual who wants to preserve his rule. So Shakuni wants to preserve the rule for himself, for his nephews. There was no bala for the kingdom. And that kind of feeling of the subjects being left out, not really aligning with the rulers, not having any real benefit from the rulers, is very much with what we're experiencing as Sikhs today, in India especially. And actually, it's a transnational issue now, it's an international issue. ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਉਠਾਉਂਦਾ. They'll take your votes, they'll promise you there'll be inquiries into 1984, but then the government here won't do anything for you either. That's Kutal Niti. ਆਪਣੇ ਰਾਜ, ਆਪਣੇ ਸਵਾਰਥ ਵਾਸਤੇ, to continue with Raj, ਆਪਣਾ ਰਾਜ ਸੰਭਾਲਣਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਜਾ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਸੁੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ. Then there's Rajniti, which is a bit above. There's a slight difference in Rajniti. Raj obviously means rule, Niti means a strategy of rule. It's a bit more positive than Kutal Niti in corrupt political practice. ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਰਾਜਨੀਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ. There's no sacrifice in Rajniti either. It preserves Raj, but it also looks after the comfort of the subjects. So they're not actually feeling any pain or suffering from the ruler who practices Rajniti. फिर होंदी आ धर्म नीति. Dhan will look after the comfort of the subjects, in that kingdom or in that faith. पर उत्थे कुर्बान हो जाता है, उत्थे मनुख जिहड़ा पुरुष जिहड़ा कुर्बान हो जाता है. There's no self-interest whatsoever. It's just the interest for the sake of the sick, for the sake of the common individual. ये नीति गुरु साहिब ने सानू सिखाई है, धर्म नीति. We're about dharma niti. We're about giving a balidan, giving a sacrifice for the sake of others without any self-interest whatsoever. And there's so many examples. Baba Baghel Singh Bhatt there, Delhi vich. This is after Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj. They conquer the Red Fort. Then what do? They give it back. Sanu Lord ni. If you want it, really you have it. Guru Tegh Bahadur Sache Padshah Maharaj Ji, they gave their head for the sake of the Hindu faith, to keep the Baran Tilak of the Hindu alive. Aaj kaun kisda hai Hindu Baran Tilak? In UK, in Leicester, how many Hindus do you know who practice their faith to the T? And they adorn their body with 12 tilaks. How many Hindus have you seen do that? Yeah, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj ne unna vaste shaheedi pai. Sant Nelson Ji wrote a letter to Indira Gandhi in 1982, I think. In that letter, he reminds Indira Gandhi. He said, we're doing Sachda Prachar, we're doing Prachar to preserve the identity of the Sikh. We also say that Musliman, Asal Musliman bane. वो पंजा नवाजा वाला मुसलमान बने, मोम दिल हो गया. Then we also say that the Hindu पक्का Hindu बने थे. तम्बाकू ना लगे, तम्बाकू ना चले. Santi say that in the letter to Gandhi, that Hindu should never take tobacco. और सुल्तान होना था यही है, पर सब तो ज़्यादा पीढ़ी शायद इनके तरह पता ही है. And then they say Baran Tilak the Nishan live on, and they mention every single Nishan on the body where it's supposed to be in that letter to Indira Gandhi. They also remind her that she's deaf a few times, not once, a few times. Deaf because she doesn't hear the concerns of the Sikhs and the rights of the Sikhs and injustice that happened to them. But then she very quickly will act on. When a Hindu passes away, they'll act on that very quickly and get cases through the courts very quickly. But Sikhs vaste won't do anything. Guru Granth Sahib di Biyati, Guru Sikhs being killed, shaheed, but no action on those individuals who made them shaheed. And they remind her that your justice is just deaf. Your ears are deaf. You can't hear us. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Shahidi, whose day you are thinking about or reflecting on today, if you look at the context of what they actually did, the person suggested the house of Chandu for a rishta for Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, the sixth Guru, who was the son of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. When the Lagi went there, Chandu Shah uttered very insulting words about the Guru's house. They said, Chabare di et mori na laan wali gal ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ. Chobara means like a mansion type place. And they're saying you're comparing, this is what Chandu said, you're comparing the mansion, the brick of a mansion, the brick being his daughter, who is supposed to be married, who they were looking for a sarg. And you want to put it next to a mori. What's a mori? A hole, a drain. They compared Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's house to that. And some of the Sikhs heard those comments. They wrote a letter to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, har ye nahi should this rishta be pravan. not a single iota of thought should be given to this Rishta bin Brahman. That letter gets to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj before the Lagi comes with the Shagan, because Chandu's wife, Chandu said, Chalo, aapa dekh lenne, fir kar lenne rishta utte date sent Shagan to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, but the letter from the Gursikhs gets to Guru Arjan Dev Ji first. Maharaj reads the letter, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj reads the words of the Gursikhs. They all Sangata Bachan Manya Maharaj Ji. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj could have at that time said, Chal, we can alter the path. We can ignore his words and forgive him. But no, Maharaj chose to go with the instructions of the Sangat. And for the instructions of the Sangat, for not accepting the Rishta of Chandu, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj was sacrificed. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj gave their Shahidi. 5 days of torture endured. Nearly over 72 hours, Guru Arjan Dev Ji didn't eat from the house of Chandu. Even Chandu's daughter-in-law bought water. Where did it start from? It was actually Chandu's Noh who bought water for Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj after the 3rd night of torture. 4th night, maaf karna. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj said, I'm not going to drink the water of this puppy from his home. But Teri Sharda Praman ho gayi. Because she was saying to Maharaj, I don't know how I've been married into this home. Mere kinne mare karne ke you are getting tortured. The Gursikhs are being told by Bidi Chand, by Langaha Ji, are that 5 Gursikhs went with Maharaj. They're being tortured as well, battered by Chandu's men. But later on, they're the same people who fought in the battles with Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Maharaj. They're the same ones who battered here and Charlie choked him into the water. But Hukum, Guru Arjan Dev Ji da Hukum nahi si. Just tolerate it. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj said to her, Teri bhavna pravan ho gaya, we will take you with us. Don't worry. When Satguru Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj gave the Sri, the Shahidi, after doing Ishnan, the Ravi, जब सारा पाठ किया, lie down, Sri त्याग था, उसे वेले जड़ी no सगी, she also passed away as well. She went to Sachkhand. But in memory of the water she tried to offer Guru Arjan Dev Ji, आज गुरसिख शिविला हो गया. किन्नी कुर्बानी, किन्नी सेवा भावना उदी होगी. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj was starved of food and water, made to stand in the middle of the summer day, from start of the morning to the evening, nange pair and tata reta. Maharaj stood there all day. Then they were boiled in a cauldron. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj was boiled in a massive cauldron. Sara Sareer filled up. Imagine what happens to a Sareer when you burn your hands. A little blister forms, isn't it? Which Bani par janda hai. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sara Sareer full of blisters, full of water. Shale. When the other Gursikh, other people would come, saying, Miya Mir Ji, the Sikhs, the spiritual beings came, the spiritual form, saying, give us orders. Gorakhnath came, said, Maharaj, sanu order do, hukum do, aapa sari srishti khatam kar, sare Mughal bhaja diye the, with our Shaktiyan. Maharaj said, nahi, tera kiya meetha lag. Oda kiya, oda Parmeshwar da kita hoya, ode aapa patta vidi mor sakde de hukum de bagayar. We can't. We stay in his will. Then Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj had a hot sand put into their seas on a hot plate. While sitting on a hot plate, we burnt underneath by wood. Sare shale bhi part gaye Satguru Maharaj de Sareer pe. How much torture they went through for the sake of what? Bachan manna sekhla. Sangata bachan manna wasta. And then when that happens in the Guru's home, what happens? The Surbeer stand up, don't they? The warriors stand up. Sheme Pacha, the warrior Guru Dalpanjan, Guru Surma, Vadjula Boparkari, the vanquisher of armies, Dalpanjan, the warrior Guru. Vadjula, great warrior, Boparkari, the one who gives compassion on everyone. सारे अंत मेर कर दे करने वाले धन गुरु हरगोबिंद साहिब जी महाराज फिर घोड़े मंगवाए soldier मंगवाए and they created the Guru, the first Sikh army. They created Sri Akal Takht Sahib. So ऐसे गुरु अर्जन देव जी महाराज की शहीदी का कारण सिखां दा बचन मनन दा आया. How amazing is that? Should be the other way around. Sikha ne Guru da bachan manna, par Guru ne Sikh di bachan di qadar ki. Dhan Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, in these teachings today, let us attune our minds to what upadesh they are going to give. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj are at Prague, Triveni, or in the past was known as Allahabad, the Mughals called it Allahabad. It's the scene where the Kumbh Mela happens. We're going through 12 Shabads of Sorath of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. We've done 6 so far, this is the 7th. Let's see what Maharaj are telling us to reflect on and think about. The Sangat who are around Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj are obviously people who are Pandits, who are Brahmins. They are come to do darshan of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj and they do questions and answers with Maharaj. They ask Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, how do we get onto the spiritual path? How do we develop ourselves spiritually? Let's focus our minds and listen to the teachings that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj blessed today.
Sorath Mahalla
And Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj saying Sorath Rag
Mai Man Mero Basna
Hey Sadhu, Mai ithe pehle kehte Mata nu kehte hai, par Mai in this context means Sadhu. Hey Sadhu jado, Man Mero Basna hai. Nothing is in my control. Look at Maharaj showing their humility. They say nothing is in control of my mind. I can't let my mind focus for even one moment.
Nisbasur Bikhin Kotavat Kehbid Rokota hai.
How do I stop my mind from wandering? It's like a halkya of a kutta. You know dogs that go a bit crazy. In India, if you see them, they just run and run and run and run. They don't stop. They run after cars. Anything that is on traveling, they'll go after you. Halkya kutte they don't think, they don't stop, they don't even feel thirst or hunger. They just run and run and run until they get killed. So इसी तरह यहाँ मान्य वो दौड़ी जाता है इन्हें रोकिए कि how do we stop it? Nisbasar, day and night, बिखर का उतावत. I am stuck with poison. So what is the poison that affects our mind? In this context, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj say that the poison is Shabd, Shabads, Roop, Ras, Te Gandh. Panch cheezain. Gandh means smelling. So when we smell certain scents, if a baby is walking by, we think she might have a perfume on and we want to smell how they smell, how they are smelling. We want to smell, we want to take that scent in. Or if a man's walking by and he's got some sort of aftershave or Dhan, we want to go smell it. We like that smell. We go, that person smells nice. So basically, the sense of smell. Isse smell di ras vich some people do hardcore drugs. Lena launde ya, cocaine karde ya, all types of drugs knock it. They sniff it. They glue sniff. Back in the old days, people used to sniff solvents. Knock the vich tobacco on them, they see snuff, smell the snuff. So Guru Sahib say that poison is affecting. Although Maharaj doesn't do these things, they're relating to the things that they can see amongst the Sangat in front of them. But Guru Sahib are so compassionate That they're not saying that you're the one doing this galti, they're saying I'm the one doing the galti. Mera man nahi control hai. Kinni nimrata hai. That's a technique of giving updates to someone. Even the people sitting in front know that Maharaj doesn't do these things. So Gandh, Ras hunda jeev da taste. That's also poisonous as well, isn't it? Aise jeev rahi ਆਪਾਂ ਚੱਖਦੇ ਆ drugs ਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਸ਼ਾ ਚੱਖਦੇ ਆ we also taking the rus of mass as well ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਮਾਸ ਦਾ ਰਸ ਵੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਝਟਕਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਹਲਾਲ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਰਸ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਰਸ ਹੀ ਆ so that rus internally then affects the mind when you look at mass. When you look at sharab, when you look at drugs, they are in a category called tamogun foods. Tamogun means it gives rise to tendency which makes you violent or which makes your thought unstable. When sharab jad peenda banda ਉਹਦੇ ਦੋ effect main effects. Maharaj says दुरमत मद जो पीवते बिखली पत कमली दो चीज़ां कहियां मार ने बिखली पत ते कमली what's kamali mean? Kamali means crazy ultimately but it actually refers to distorted thought process distorted thought ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁਣ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਿਓ if their daughter standing in front ਉਹਨੂੰ daughter ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਸਦੀ they'll call them something else. They'll see them with a different intention. And vice versa as well. ਪੁੱਤਰ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਖੜਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਹ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ distort ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ you can't think straight decision making goes out the window ਤੇ ਬਿਖਲੀ ਪਤ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ fragile honor ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖੋ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਘਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਪੀਵੇ ਤੇ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਖਟਖਟਾਲਾ ਡੋਰ ਘਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੁਣ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਿਜਲੀ ਪੱਤੀ ਆ fragile honor isn't it all the neighborhood can hear it ਪੀਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੀ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਸਟਰੀਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ how many gori you see how many people intoxicated alcoholics ਬਾਤ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ Maharaj says, if you want to protect your honor, then you don't turn to the vices. So, ras, that's a messenger that goes out, the taste of the tongue. Sabd, sabd doesn't mean the word of Bani, it means kisi di gallan sunniya. Koi irkha di gall sunni, nindya di gall sunni. Acha hoye da da aur das mainu. We don't want to stop, we want to listen. Tell me more. Yeah. He said this, she did this. Yeah. You agree with it as well. It just builds negativity builds, and you just take on that matter yourself. You don't need to ਕਰਦੇ ਚੋਰੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗੁਣ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਗੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ literally ਸਭ ਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਭ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਕਸਪੈਰੀਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਮੂਸੇਵਾਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਸੁਣੋ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਫਿਰ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸੁਣੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੂਗਾ ਕੀ ਆ ਸੱਚਾਈ ਕੀ ਆ ਆਪੇ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋ ਆ ਟੈਲੀ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਲਿਸਨ ਟੂ ਸੌਂਗ ਇਵਨ ਇਨ ਫਰੰਟ ਆਫ ਆਰ ਚਿਲਡਰਨ ਵੀ ਨੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਗਰੇਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਝੱਟ ਫੋਨ ਫੜਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ 16 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਫੋਨ ਨਾ ਦਿਓ Don't give a phone to your children before the age of 16. You don't know what world they're opening up to. You don't know. They've got access to the world that you don't. Even in schools are banned now. जो स्कूल ने बंद कर दिया फोन किसी को दे रहे हो. कि Gursikhs in the past weren't sons and Nelson ever a kid. Weren't sons and Nelson ever a kid. At the age of 5, they were sitting behind the hay bales doing bhakti so that no one can know that they're doing bhakti. Made a little den to do simran and bhajan. When we were younger, our parents used to bring us to Gurdwara. We used to fall asleep in the sangat on the floor. We could still hear Bani. We didn't have no pens, we didn't have no gadgets, we didn't have no colouring book, we didn't have nothing. We had no distractions, just the shabd going in our ears. So shabd jehda hunda is anything that distracts you off the path of Maharaj. This was discussed at a recent camp we went to as well. Don't give your phones to your children. If you want to preserve and save your children, phone, when you come sangat, just look at Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Listen to the Kirtan. Listen to the Katha. Even if you don't understand anything, just try to listen and understand. Don't distract yourselves. Get used to understanding, dialogue, communicating with the parents, talking with mom and dad. Parents get used to talking to the children as well. I'm telling you out of experience as a parent there, Appa galti kiti hai of giving phones to our children before 16. My son sitting on the stage here, he could tell you the galtiyan that they've gone through, the mistakes that we've done. It's not his fault, it's our fault for doing it. So, Shabd, Spars. Spars is the poison where you touch someone. And I don't need to say anything further. Spars karna kisi cheez da, thieving, taking something that doesn't belong to you, as a poison that affects the mind. Te roop hunda ya dekhna, bibiyan nu dekhna, bandiyan nu dekhna, tally te gande cheezaਂ dekhniyan, they're not good for us, not great things for us. They all affect us. That's the poison that affects us. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj says, be aware of these things because man daudya janda ya. So Maharaj says, reflect, pause and reflect. That's what Maharaj is trying to teach us today. Then Maharaj says to the Pandits and the Brahmins sitting there, you don't listen to the Katha of the Vedas, the Hindu texts. You don't listen to the Quran. You don't listen to the Simritiyan which explain the Vedas. But nimakna here basava, here means your heart. Ethe to see, nimak means not, for the time that it takes to wink your eye, that's called a nimak. So when we close our eyes, it's a measurement of time. For that amount of time, you don't even think about the teachings of those scriptures, Maharaj says, in your heart. You don't even reflect on them. Pardhan, you look at others' bodies. You look at other women, other men. Pardara, another's wife. You look at someone's wealth, others' wealth, Pardhan. Pardara, you look at others' women. Sorath, you waste your time in those things. Inna samay tusi apna sama guzarde hain. वो भी किसी की भैन है जी थोड़े सामने तुम फोना ते देखते हो वो भी किसी का भरा है जो फोना ते देखते हैं The standard of Gursikhi is going to be higher, right? Khalsa, Guru Khalsa is high standard. And you waste your life away in these things. The wine of Maya, the wine of this illusion of this world, you've gone crazy, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj said. You don't know what the true path is, you don't understand what the path is. What do we have to do in this world? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਹੀ ਦੇਖੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ That ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ, such an absurd thing, isn't it? You got Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Ahankar, lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego. Then you got the five senses. Sabd, Spars, Roop, Ras, Gandh, the five senses that we have, reaching out to those vikar, the poison. So we got this vikar, the actions, then you got the poison that attracts them things, ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ inside. So there's something going on, isn't it? Something that when we turn externally, we'll get attracted to those things. जब आप अंदर ਨੂੰ आओगे, then Vaheguru will take us closer. You'll realize actually this feels good. Actually, that's actually quite bad for me. I don't actually want to see that anymore. I don't want to actually hear that anymore. Bas karo. I don't want to actually go there anymore. I don't want to do these things with my hands anymore. फिर बंदा आप ही सोचता है कि मैं अंदर वो जोत प्रगट करा जिहड़ी अंदर है बैठी हो. That Vaheguru does not no stain, Niranjan, there's got no stain on him, just full of goodness, of light, of enlightenment.
ताको मरम ना जान
ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ. ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਜੋਤ ਬੈਠੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਾਂ? How do I find that jot? How do I actually remember Vaheguru?
जब ही शरण साध की आयो
किसने?
सगल विनाशी जब ही शरण साध की आयो दुर्मत सगल विनाशी.
And then somebody asked Maharaj, then how do we see ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰੀਏ? In the Sangat, somebody asked that question. And Maharaj said the answer was, ਜਬ ਹੀ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਸਾਧ ਕੀ ਆਇਓ. ਹੁਣ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਾਧ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਧਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ? ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ. ਤੇ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ? ਏਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸਚ. ਇਹ ਮੂਲ ਮੰਤਰ ਆ. The ਮੂਲ ਮੰਤਰ is the tat of the whole of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj summarized. The whole of Guru Granth Sahib is summarized in Mool Mantra. That's what Maharaj said japo. So, jab hi sarn saad ki ayo. When you come into the sanctuary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, then coming into the sanctuary means japo. जब तुसी जपोगे शब्द फिर जोड़ आपे प्रगट हो. फिर काम क्रोध लोभ अहंकार आपे दूर होंगे. Take them away. Stop the action first. Then the senses are left. Then you deal with the senses one by one. But मूल मंत्र ਨੂੰ ਵਧਾਓ. ਛੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਮੂਲ ਮੰਤਰ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਨਿਧੀ ਕਰੋ. ਇੱਕ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਸਹਿਜ ਪਾਠ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. 40 ਮਾਲਾ ਰੋਜ਼ ਕਰੋਗੇ 1.25 ਲੱਖ ਮੂਲ ਮੰਤਰ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਚ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਤੇ ਜੋਤ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗੀ? ਜਪਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਪਦੇ ਆ, ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਪਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. So you think ਜਾਬੀ ਸਰਬ ਸਾਧ ਕੀ ਆਏ ਦੁਰਮਤ ਸਗਲ ਨਾਸੀ. ਦੁਰਮਤ ਉਹੀ ਮਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੁਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ. It takes you to the wrong way and that disappears.
ਤਬ ਨਾਨਕ ਚੇਤਿਓ ਚਿੰਤਾਮਨ ਘਾਟੀ ਜਾਂ ਕੀ ਫਾਸੀ.
ਤਬ ਜਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਚੇਤੇ ਕਰੋਗੇ, when you remember Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj in this way, then it becomes chintaman. That shabd then resolves all your desires for you. Kati jam ki fasi. And not only that, it cuts the noose of death for you as well. मौत का डर भी ले जाता है.
सोरठ महला नवा.
फिर गुरु तेग बहादुर जी महाराज को एक कहता कि महाराज जी, is there something that we should really focus on inside? Is there something that we should really focus on? जिदा हम आप शब्द करते हैं, शब्द पढ़ते हैं, then we need to focus on anything as well. Then Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj gives some examples for us to understand. Maharaj said, make a strong focus in your heart. What's that strong focus?
सगल जगत है जैसे सुपना बेनसत सगत बेनसत लगत ना बार.
Maharaj can think that this whole world is like a dream. You know, when you go to sleep, you have a dream, don't you? And when you wake up, the dream finishes, disappears. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj say, in this way, think that this whole world is like a dream. A sari dunya jadiya is like a dream. Your life in this world is like a dream. We're not here for long. Sooner or later, we're going to wake up. And that waking up is when we die. It's going to be too late. So Maharaj says, Sagla jagat hai jaise supna, birsat lagat na baar. Just like the dream finishes in the morning, it doesn't take a minute, does it? It doesn't take a second for it to finish. The Maharaj says, in this way, reflect, think that we're here basically momentarily. That's what Maharaj was saying. Then Maharaj gives another example. You know, like you make a sandcastle. You go to a beach and make a sandcastle. And in that sandcastle, you use a tool and you put windows in there, you make nice peaks and make it look good, and it actually looks like a proper castle. Maharaj says it doesn't stay long, does it? When the water comes, it it just takes it all away. The sandcastle disappears as well. In this way, we're like made out of sand. Our body is made out of sand. Somebody has made the eyes and used tools to make our ears and everything. But actually, Birsat Lagat Nabad. The Maharaj says, hey, Rat nahi din char. Actually, there's only 4 days left. Because the first day, the 7 days altogether, aren't they? The first day is when you got born. The last day is when you're going to die. The second day is actually today. So how many days left? 4 din reh gaye. 4 din reh gaye, Maharaj is basically saying, you still got time. But you've got to remember these metaphors, these examples. Sama hai gaya. What do we need to do with that sama? Maharaj says,
तैसे ही यह सुख माया के और जो कहा द्वार
just like the sand is diserased and disappears, just like the house that we buy and that we think about buying, just like the cars that we buy and we think about buying, just like the things that we save up for that we want to go on a holiday, they're just going to get erased just like that. They're the sukh of maya, this illusion. But chale jane hain sare.
अजो समझ कछ बिगड़ो नाहिन
Haje bhi samjh lo Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj say. It's still time yet. You can still do bhajan. Haje bhi sama hai ya.
भजले नाम मुरार
This murar means someone who kills all demons and all different things. So Guru Sahib say that je aapa simran karonge, all the demons that affect us will be destroyed. All the issues that we have in our minds will get destroyed. Je aapa bhajan karange. Apna man laoge bhajan bandgi baat. If we focus on Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's teachings.
कहो नानक निजमत साधन को पाक्यो तोहे पुकार
So Maharaj said, this is my teaching. This is our teaching, Guru Nanak. This is what our mat says. This is what Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's teachings are. And it's for the saints. पाक्यो तोहे पुकार. Maharaj कहते मैं निडर होके बुलंद आवाज करके थानू दस रहा. Maharaj is using, saying that I'm telling you loudly, listen to me. हजे टाइम हैगा समय हैगा पर भजन करो. सिमरन करो.
सोरठ महला नावा
Dhan Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji say in the 9th chapter of Sorath,
यह जग मीत ना देखियो कोई
someone stood up and said, Maharaj, पर इस जोग विच चंगे बंदे भी होंगे, चंगे रिश्तेदार भी होंगे. There must be good people. There must be good people, right? And Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj said, yeah, but if you think about other people, you okay, the last shall Maharaj saying you haven't got much time, make the most of it. Then somebody like me will stand up, नहीं पर मैं बच्चे ने स्कूल भी लेके जाइदा है, काम भी करना पैंदा है, फिर कोई गेस्ट आ जाए, उन्हां नूं देखना पैंदा, रिश्तेदारां नूं, उन्हां दी भी देखभाल करनी पैंदी. We put 100 excuses related around our family and our duties, don't we? भजन बंदगी वाकई लाना चाहते ਆਪਾਂ, we put 100 excuses first. So इदां दा कोई मनुख उठिया होगा उस वेले. And he asked this Maharaj says no. ਇਹ ਜਗ ਨੀਂਦ ਨਾ ਦੇਖਿਓ ਕੋਈ. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਸ ਜਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ in this world no one's your friend.
सगल जगत अपने सुख लागेओ दुख में संग ना होई
When you're going to be in pain, ਸਾਰੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ ਮਿੱਤਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦਿਸਦੇ ਆ, friend ਦਿਸਦੇ ਆ ਤੈਨੂੰ, all your friends, your ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ, they're not going to be your support. There are times in your life, guys, that even your father and your mother will not be able to help you. There are times in life when only Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj will be there and no one else. Remember that. It will affect us all. मैं कई भी सोचता हूँ ना, like sometimes we come from India to study here, and students come from India to study. Right? Sometimes when you're in the most vulnerable situation, that's when you think of Maharaj the most. Maharaj roti dende a, prasada dende a, मेरी देखभाल करते, संगत विच कोई मां लग जाती है, संगत विच कोई प्यो लग जाता है, भरा लग जाता है. We get these gifts, don't we? When you're most vulnerable. But है किथे बंदा? गुरु तो. So Guru nu mukh rakho. Make Guru everything. So Maharaj says कि everyone is stuck to their own sukh. When you're in problems and stress, and a lot of people will probably relate with that, when you try to reach out to someone you think will be able to support you, they're not going to stand by you. They can't. You know, there's a thing called Bhagdesh which you teach children. when you do the Sankhya. And one of the rules, one rule in it at the back, and it says, it's point number 1, and it says, it's actually the wisdom of Sant Guru Bachan Singh Ji, but for Vidyarthis, for people who are learning Sankhya, and it says, Sab to pehlon Parameshwar nu jano. First, before everything else, Parameshwar nu mukh rakho. Number 1 is Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Number 1. Guru sab to pehla. Swere uthde hoye, not found, nothing else, no friend, no mother, no Weetabix, no paratha. Pehla Guru. Sab to pehla. And then with each time of the day, it's Lord de vele noon, lunch time, Guru Japji Sahib pehla. Sham de vele khan to pehla, rehras karna. Saum to pehla. Any change, any tabdili in our life, in our daily actions, Bani first, Guru first, birthdays, Guru first, weddings, Guru first. Not what's going to happen on the wedding with the photographers and all that kind of stuff. Guru ki chaunda hai. Guru di khushi kidda milni hai mainu. How am I going to get Guru Sahib first? Put Guru first. And when you put Guru first, Guru nu thanu hi samne naal hi le jande. That's the beauty. So Guru Sahib Maharaj saying that in the midst of your pain, no one's going to be there. And then again Maharaj Bakshish karde ne
Dara meet poor sanbandhi sagre tan sewa lage.
Dara, wife, meet, friend, poor son, sanbandhi, neighbors or acquaintances, sagre, everyone, tan sewa lage. Everyone is after wealth. Everyone in their own ways. All they're worried about is their wealth.
जब ही नर्तन देखो नर को संग छाड़ सब भागे.
The moment you lose your wealth, the moment that you close your very giving heart to everyone, sare bhaj jande ho, sare. Everyone will leave you. You know Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj in that Tehas, because we've been covering it as we're going along as well. They get to a place called Thanesar. Thanesar is a Tirath in India. It's a religious place. And as Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj go through the area, bahut sangat, loads of sangat find out. Brahmins, Sikhs in that area, in the east of India, as Maharaj going out towards Patna Sahib, they come in their droves. The Brahmin bhi aunde there. When Maharaj got to Prague, this is just before Maharaj got to Prague. And then when they get to the hills of Thanesar, Maharaj goes towards the mountain and the sea. Suddenly, droves of Sangat coming, and they're actually sitting on the mountain, looking towards Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. And Maharaj was just smiling at the Sangat, just smiling. You know what I thought when I heard that? I thought Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj can see that they're going to do Shahidi at Chandni Chowk. And the reason they're smiling, the majority of those individuals are from the Hindu faith. But kisse nahi san bana utte us din. Una ne bhi ho saath. No one was going to be there. Maharaj is smiling, so they see the falsity of it. But Maharaj gives them Upadesh. Maharaj unhanu jod diya. Bhajan bandgi na fir bhi jod diya. They don't give up their duty.
कहा ए आमन डोरे को एनसो नेहो लगायो.
Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj coming to humility again, and they say, how can I make my crazy mind understand? Why do I attach myself to these individuals? Why do I put everyone else first rather than Maharaj in my life? मैं क्यों होरना ਨੂੰ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ? ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਉਂ? Why do I leave them behind? We all do it. We're all guilty of it. You know that the effect of your family, friends coming over, relations coming over, and they see you do reras first as a family, rather than go into the kitchen and make food and pizzas for them. What are they going to think? They are going to think these guys are crazy. About people who do bhajan bandagi. Or they're going to be inspired, aren't they? कि सारा परिवार इधर बैठता है, रोज रहरास करता है, आप क्या करते हैं? And then because of the Bani's taranga, because the waves of the Bani being recited, they're going to be sitting next to you and they're going to hear that, but they're going to feel a little bit of shanti. You've got to trust at that point that they're going to feel that shanti. They're going to go away with it. Whether they are toxic about it, they might say 10 bad things. The fact is, you gave them an experience of putting Guru Sahib first in our lives.
Dīnānath sakal bhai panjan jasata ko bisrayo.
Maharaj Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj say, I've forgotten your jas, Maharaj, but Tusita Dinanath, you're the one who gives to the meek, you're the one who gives to everyone. But I've forgotten you, Maharaj.
Swan pujyo payo na sudo bahut chitan mein kino.
The Guru Tegh Bahadur give another example. They say, you know the tail of a dog, if you put a long, strong bamboo stick on it, the bamboo around that, or a tube, to make the stick, make the tail straighten out. And if you left it on the dog for years, the moment you take the tube off, what's going to happen? It goes back curly, doesn't it? No matter how much you try to put a splint on that tail, it's not going to be straight. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj says, Swan pooch jo payo na sudo. So just like the tail of the dog doesn't straighten out if you try to straighten it.
Nanak laj birth ki rakho naam tukharo lino.
So we can try loads of efforts to try to straighten this mind out, but the fact is, Nanak laj birth ki rakho naam tukharo lino. The only two things that are going to help straighten this mind out is begging Maharaj. Maharaj, तुसी कृपा करो, मेरे मन दे वास नहीं है. My mind is not controllable. I can't do anything. You're the one who can control it. And the second thing, give me your naam. So naam and ardas and begging is important in the company of Dhan Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj's instructions for us today. So ithe tak Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj blessed us with 9 shots. We will discover the next few shots over the next few weeks, all the way to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj Ji 4 p.m. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Sunday. Today was a bit earlier, so please forgive our mistakes for that. Tomorrow, just to finish off, is the Shahidi Divas by Major Singh Naguke. If you get a chance to read about the last Shaheed of June 1984, these Bahadur Surme shot at Gyani Zail Singh and his bodyguards when they came to see the damage done to Sri Akal Takht Sahib, to remind him, we're not gone yet. Go and do your research. Shaheed by Major Singh Naguke. Read his Jeevan. He did Santhya 4 times in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. एक बारी आप महाराज के कर लेंगे हम सो ज्ञानी बन गए. मेरे वर्गे तब अद्धी कर दिया आदमी सिंह आप ज्ञानी बन गए. 4 बारी संध्या की थी अपना शरीर बलिदान किया खालसा पंथ वास्ते. Great Shaheed Singh of the past. So Pulna Janadi Khema, let's read the last one and finish off for today. Guru Sahib Sarya the Meer Kare, that bless us with this understanding of Naam and give us the Jukti, the method to beg for Maharaj, from Maharaj, and to remain in the sanctuary at all times.
Swan pujyo payo na sudo
बहुत जतन है कीनो, नानक लाज बिरत की राखो, नाम तहारो लीनो. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
सो साध संगत जी, ऐसी भाई साहब पालपुरी सिंह जी जो लड़ीवार धन श्री गुरु तेग बहादुर महाराज सच्चे पातशाह जी जो पवित्र बानी है, आप जी ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਰ ਕਰਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ. ਸੋ ਜੋ ਅਗਲਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਰ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ. ਸੋ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, I would like to reiterate what Bhai Sahib said, that Monday 5 to 8 o'clock and Tuesday 6 to 8, Dr. Gurdev Singh ji, who has had the blessed fortune to spend time with Sant Baba Janel Singh ji Pindrawale, has come from California to do an exhibition, and we've been really blessed in Leicester to bring it down here. So Nimrata said greeting to everyone, please come down with friends and family. If you could just come down for a little while. Das has had a chance to see the